Hello friends, today we are here with our fourth chapter, that is gender, religion and caste, and today we will discuss the first part of this chapter. So friends, let's move ahead and see that in this video we will discuss on gender division, women discrimination areas and feminist movement. So friend, let's proceed and start our discussion with gender division. My dear friend, when we talk about gender division, it is basically a form of hierarchical social division which is seen very much frequent in our society. Friends, gender division refers to the discrimination against women that consider women as inferior to men and incapable of doing certain tasks which are only considered to be preserved for the men. My dear friends, this gender division tends to be natural and unchangeable. Friends, friends, the main reason behind this division in the society is basically the thought process and biased expectation of the society members. Now friends, let's move ahead and we will continue our discussion with public and private division. My dear friend, in our society, both boy and girl are brought up to believe that a woman's responsibility move around her house and her children only, and it reflects the sexual division of labor in our society. My dear friends, when we talk about sexual division of labor, then a sexual division of labor is experienced in our human society. Friend, in our society, it is considered that the main work of women is to work inside the home, such as cooking, cleaning, washing clothes, tailoring, and looking after the children. And the main work of men is to do all the work which are present outside the home. Friend, it is understand that men cannot do household work. They simply think that these all work are only meant for women. My dear friends, जब हम बात करते हैं condition of women in rural areas, then the main job of women in rural areas are to look after their children and to do all the household work, fetch the water from the well, collect fuel and work in the field. Whereas in urban areas, poor women work as domestic helper in middle or upper class home, while the middle class women work in office. But friend, despite of this much of contribution or despite of this much of monetary contribution to the family, the work of a female is not valued or not get recognized. My dear friend, when we talk about contribution of women in public area, then in India we see the contribution of women in public area, especially in politics, is very little. Friends, जब हम बात करते हैं थोड़े समय पहले की, तो in our society it was so much discriminated that only men were allowed to participate in public affairs such as in casting the vote for the political parties. But friend, gradually the gender issue was raised in politics and women from different parts of the world organized and fight for the equal right. And now the women are also involved in voting procedure. Now friends, let's move ahead and continue our discussion with feminist movement. My dear friend, when we talk about feminists are a woman or a man who believe in equal right and opportunities both for women and men. My dear friends, when we talk about feminist movement, then it is a movement organized by women welfare organization which aimed at equality in personal and family life of a woman. So friends, let's move ahead and continue our discussion with effect of feminist movement. My dear friends, the very first effect of feminist movement was seen in political areas. Friends, due to the contribution of feminist movement and political mobilization, a improved change was marked in the role of women in public life. My dear friend, now we can see women excelling in public life such as Aishwarya Rai, who was held for Miss World in 1994. A great personality, Sushma Swaraj, who was former Minister of External Affairs of India, Mother Teresa and Lata Mangeshkar. These are the names which are on tongue of every citizen of India. My dear friends, let's move ahead and now we will continue our discussion with effect of feminist movement. Friends, now we will see the effect of feminist movement in the educational field. My dear friend, the feminist movement has brought a lot of changes in the educational field, and because of this, friend, in today's era we can see the women are flagging or leading their role in each and every field, such as a great personality, Dr. Indra Hinduja. She is a gynecologist who has been awarded with the Padma Shri Award. My dear friend, she is the first Indian gynecologist who helped in resulting the birth of India's first gift or test tube baby on 4th January 1988. My dear friend, our next famous personality is Nandini Harinath. My dear friend, you might be well aware with this famous personality. She is Deputy Director Operation of the Mars mission held at Pragyan 2017. Now, our next famous personality in the educational field is Kalpana Chawla. Friends, who don't know the Kalpana Chawla? She was American astronaut engineer and the first woman of India to go on space. My dear friend, our next famous personality is Bashindri Pal. Friend, she is the first Indian mountaineer who in 1984 became or reached the summit of Mount Everest. So friend, these are the mere examples, but because of feminist movement, we can see a tremendous change in our society when we talk about the role of women in educational field. Now, the women are excelling each and everywhere and in fact doing better than men. So friend, now let's move ahead and continue our discussion with women discrimination areas. My dear friend, despite of lots of change, still the women are dominated in our society. Friends, in today's era also, women face disadvantages, discrimination and negligence in our society. So friend, let's start with literacy discrimination. My dear friend, the literacy rate among women is only 54%, and when we compare it with the men literacy rate is 76%, and similarly a small proportion of girl students only go for the higher education. Friends, the mentality of our society is so narrow that if a girl is not performing well in her school, their parents decide or think is better to drop her out of the school because They think this money could be better invested in the education of boys. It means they even don't think a single time to give a single or more chance to a girl to improve their education or to improve their role. So friends, now let's move ahead and continue our discussion with women discrimination areas. Our next discrimination area is employment. My dear friend, the proportion of women among the highly paid and valued job is still very small. Friends, when we talk about the payment which has been given to women, then we find the difference in this payment also. Friends, the most popular area such as sports, cinemas, factories, fields, everywhere, women are paid less than men, even when both do the exactly same work. My dear friend, the Equal Remuneration Act 1976 provides that equal wage should be paid for equal work. However, in most of the areas of the work, women are paid less than men. So friend, this is the basic employment discrimination which our society or which a woman in our society faces in day-to-day life. Now friends, let's move ahead and continue our discussion with women discrimination areas. Our next discrimination area is sex discrimination. My dear friend, आज के टाइम पे भी many of the Indian parents prefer to have son when we compare it with the girl child, and because of this the abortion ratio of girl fetus in India is increasing day by day. My dear friend, sex selective abortion in India has led to a decline in sex ratio, such as when we talk about number of girl children per thousand boy, then it is only 914. My dear friends, now let's move ahead and continue our discussion with women discrimination areas. And our next area is harassment, exploitation and violence. My dear friends, कहने को तो our society says that now male and female both are equal in society and female are equal to men. But इसके बावजूद in each and every day, each and everywhere, female are harassed, exploited and we can see violence against them. My dear friend, various kind of harassment, exploitation and violence against women is reported in both public and private life. So friend, let's move ahead and now we will see that what we have learned. So friend, in this video we have learned about gender division, feminist movement and women discrimination areas. And in next video we will talk about women political representation, religion and politics and relation between religion and politics. Till then, thank you.